Hello, I've got for you today something special. Earlier this year, in about January 2020, I shared with you this 146 from Montblanc. Showed you how it came directly from the retailer, and I told you that I would be putting a bespoke nib on this pen. And now, a few months later, it's finally back with a bespoke nib. So the experience of getting the bespoke nib is quite interesting. I'm not too sure if it's by invitation only, but during their black-white event, they have a specialist that accompanies the pens and is available to analyze your writing style and can make recommendations about what nib might best suit your style. So basically they're going to ask you a few questions about what you want from a nib, what are current nibs not doing for you, and give you an idea of what they might be able to do to meet your expectations. So the service can be applied to any pen. This is a 146. I chose to put the bespoke nib on a 146, but if you brought to them an artisanal limited edition 888, the nib design would be identical, but the end of the nib, the tines, would be to your specifications. And they're also able to put in this engraving on the side of the pen, engraving of your choice. I put in a Latin phrase that's meaningful to me, but they can put anything in there. So I ordered it back in January. It went out, it came back sometime in early April. I wasn't happy with the way it was writing, so I sent it back, and as it turns out, quarantine was imposed the day it reached the store, and so it was stuck for several months, 2 months, 9 weeks in Montblanc's store while we were all at home. Then it went to Germany, to Hamburg, to get the additional ground put in, and then more COVID quarantine stuff, and finally now eight months down the line, it's back with me. I know people have commented online about the time Montblanc takes to do servicing on pens, but let's face it, this isn't a necessity. Not having a pen for 3 months, you've got obviously other pens. It's not something to worry about or to even complain about. But anyway, the reason that I got this particular type of nib is that I wanted a line that would produce a very thick line along the paper. I'm probably going to infuriate or at least irritate a few of you by not putting in or by not providing a writing sample for this pen, but if you don't understand why, a writing sample is kind of a pointless thing for a bespoke nib, then you may not understand generalizability, right? So everything that I'm telling you about the service, about what they're going to do for you, will generalize, but the pen itself is going to be fitted to your specifications and your interests and your needs. So it's going to be just different from any pen, as this pen is different from the standard Montblanc, right? So it just, my writing sample just wouldn't generalize to what you could expect from your own writing sample. So I've seen a few other bespoke nibs online, usually the music ones, but when you go for the writing analysis and you get access to their various demonstrator pens. They've got almost 36, I think, few pages of pens with different nibs to choose from. So it's, the choices out there are quite varied. It may be a bit of a misnomer to say that it's bespoke. It's more highly personalized, because the nib is a standard. The design isn't up to you. You can only customize the saying here on the edges, and the way that they grind it is to your specifications. So that's about as far as it goes. So it's sort of highly personalized. Like I mentioned in the previous video, I put this on a 146 because I want to be able to use it every day. Not so much for writing or for signatures, but for, it's a ridiculous reason for highlighting text, so I can more easily do that without scratching or digging into the paper. So what else? Like I said, no writing sample because I don't want to generalize the way this pen writes to your experience with their bespoke service. I'm quite happy with it. The minute I inked it and put it to paper, it really behaved the way that I wanted it to, but I did have to send it back to them to get that final result. To their credit, they gave me store credit, mostly because it was stuck in their store for so long and I had to wait for it so long, so kudos to them for good customer service. But yeah, there you have it. If you are interested in a bespoke nib, I'm not too sure if it's an invitation-only service, but approach Montblanc and see what they say. Yeah, it's a nice addition to any collection. It definitely makes a collection stand out. Yeah. Let me know if you've got any questions, and I hope you enjoyed that rather frustrating video.